Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss NCERT solution of chapter Respiration in Organisms. So let's start. Why does an athlete breathe faster and deeper than usual after finishing the race? So during the race, the demand of energy is high, but supply of oxygen to produce energy is limited. Therefore, anaerobic reaction, anaerobic respiration takes place in muscle cells to form the required energy. After finishing the race, an athlete breathes faster and deeper than usual so that more oxygen is supplied to the cells. Next question, list the similarities and differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. So what are the similarities in between them? So in both kind of respiration, food particles are broken down to release energy. Both occur inside the cell and both supply byproducts. That means both form byproducts. Next one, differences between aerobic and anaerobic. So aerobic, it takes place in the presence of oxygen, whereas anaerobic, it takes place in the absence or lack of oxygen. In case of aerobic, end products are carbon dioxide and water, and in case of anaerobic, end products are carbon dioxide and alcohol in case of yeast, and in muscle cells of human during heavy exercise, it is lactic acid. Next, it produces large amount of energy. It produces less amount of energy as compared to aerobic. Aerobic is a slow process, anaerobic is a fast process. It occurs in plants and animals, and in case of anaerobic, it occurs in yeast, and you can also write muscle cells during heavy exercise. Next one, why do we often sneeze when we inhale a lot of dust-laden air? That means dustful air. So we often sneeze when we inhale a lot of dust-laden air to expel out these foreign material, that is the dust, foreign particle. These particles get past the hair in the nasal cavity and irritate the lining of the cavity, which results in sneezing. Next, there are 3 test tubes filled with 3/4 of each with water and label them A, B, and C. So let's draw 3 test tubes first. So this is test tube 1. This is test tube 2, that is B, and this is third test tube labeled as test tube C. So these are 3 test tubes, A, B, and C. In all the test tube there is water. Now in test tube A, keep snail. In test tube B, keep water plant. And in C, keep both snail and plant. Now, which test tube would have highest concentration of carbon dioxide? So, test tube A will have highest concentration of carbon dioxide because snail will take in oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide for respiration. Whereas in test tube B and C, the carbon dioxide will be utilized by plant for photosynthesis. That means for synthesize the food, and hence there will be less concentration of carbon dioxide in these tests. Next one. Take the correct answer. In cockroaches, air entered the body through lungs, gills, spiracles, and skin. So the answer is spiracles. During heavy exercise, we get cramp in legs due to accumulation of lactic acid. Normal range of breathing rate per minute in an average adult person at rest is 15 to 18 times. During exhalation, the ribs move downward, and during inhalation, it moves outward. Match the following. So, earthworm, it respires through the skin. Gills, they are used by fishes. Alcohol, they are formed by the yeast. Chest cavity, that is, get space for entering of air with the movement of diaphragm. So it's diaphragm. Then stomata, it present on the surface of leaves, and lungs and skin, that is used by frog for respiration. Next, mark T if statement is true and F if it's false. During heavy exercise, the breathing rate of person slows down. So it's false. During heavy exercise, it's become fast. Next one, plant carry out photosynthesis only during the day and respiration only at night. False. Respiration can be occurred day and night both. Frog breathe through their skin as well as their lungs. True. Next, fishes have lungs for respiration. False. They have gills. The size of chest cavity increases during inhalation. So it's true. Next, the mountaineers carry oxygen with them because at an altitude of more than 5 kilometers, there is no air. It's false. The amount of air available to a person is less than available on ground. It's true. As we go at higher altitude, the air becomes thinner. The amount of air becomes less. The temperature of air is higher than that on ground. It's false. The pressure of air is higher than that on ground. It's also false. So the correct answer is B. So this is all about exercise.